rules everything around me, bitch. Grind these streets, was hitting those licks. Look me in the eyes and I wouldn't be shit. Wanted me to die, but I said no way. Rock the boat, baby. Ow! I'm about to go crazy.
Damn.
Coming up, tell the whole gang we coming up. Like his ass out, he running up. A bitch love me, she can't get enough. Coming up, I got money now, so what? I've been the same since day one. That's why they can't stop hating.
When I hit somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run, yeah. When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run.
Cash rules everything around me, bitch. Grind these streets, was hitting those licks. Look me in the eyes and I wouldn't be shit. Wanted me to die, but I said no way. Rock the boat, baby. Ow! I'm about to go crazy.
Damn.
Coming up, tell the whole gang we coming up. Like his ass out, he running up. A bitch love me, she can't get enough. Coming up, I got money now, so what? I've been the same since day one. That's why they can't stop hating.
When I hit somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run, yeah. When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run.
Cash rules everything around me, bitch. Grind these streets, was hitting those licks. Look me in the eyes and I wouldn't be shit. Wanted me to die, but I said no way. Rock the boat, baby. Ow! I'm about to go crazy.
Damn.
Coming up, tell the whole gang we coming up. Like his ass out, he running up. A bitch love me, she can't get enough. Coming up, I got money now, so what? I've been the same since day one. That's why they can't stop hating.
When I hit somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run, yeah. When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run.
Cash rules everything around me, bitch. Grind these streets, was hitting those licks. Look me in the eyes and I wouldn't be shit. Wanted me to die, but I said no way. Rock the boat, baby. Ow! I'm about to go crazy.
Damn.
Coming up, tell the whole gang we coming up. Like his ass out, he running up. A bitch love me, she can't get enough. Coming up, I got money now, so what? I've been the same since day one. That's why they can't stop hating.
When I hit somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run, yeah. When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run.
Cash rules everything around me, bitch. Grind these streets, was hitting those licks. Look me in the eyes and I wouldn't be shit. Wanted me to die, but I said no way. Rock the boat, baby. Ow! I'm about to go crazy.
Damn.
Coming up, coming up. Tell the whole gang we coming up. Like his ass out, he running up. A bitch love me, she can't get enough. Coming up, coming up. I got money now, so what? I've been the same since day one. That's why he can't stop hate.
When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run, yeah. When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run.
Cash rules everything around me, bitch. Grind these streets was hitting those licks. Look me in the eyes and I wouldn't be shit. Wanted me to die, but I said no way. Rock the boat, baby. Ow! I'm about to go crazy. Wow! Don't ever try to play.
Damn.
Coming up, coming up. Tell the whole gang we coming up. Like his ass out, he running up. A bitch love me, she can't get enough. Coming up, coming up. I got money now, so what? I've been the same since day one. That's why he can't stop hate.
When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run, yeah. When I hurt somebody, yeah. When I beat somebody, yeah. When I turn out tonight, yeah. When I get that run.
Cash rules everything around me, bitch. Grind these streets was hitting those licks. Look me in the eyes and I wouldn't be shit. Wanted me to die, but I said no way. Rock the boat, baby. Ow! I'm about to go crazy. Wow! Don't ever try to play.
Damn.
Coming up, coming up. Tell the whole gang we coming up. Like his ass out, he running up. A bitch love me, she can't get enough. Coming.
Welcome one, welcome all to the Blockchain Report. I'm Veteran Crypto, and Jeff will be joining us momentarily, unless he's already here.
I'm here. I'm
But,
trying to get my camera up.
No worries, man. No worries. I figured it was something like that. This is partially on me. I got a little too deep into adjusting my DeFi plays and messing with my my DeFi stuff, and honestly, I forgot it was Monday. So yeah, no. While Jeff's messing with his camera, we'll just kind of recap some of the what's going on in crypto today. It's been a kind of an interesting Monday, to be honest. I was expecting a lot more upside, and it started out that way, but it has since. Let's go ahead and pull it up. Actually, let me do this real quick. Don't want to give away all my secrets. All right. So the markets started out usually on Sundays. I actually have an alarm set for when Japan and China and all those countries across the international date line on Sunday night when it's their Monday morning. And so that's usually when I start paying attention to the markets, and you usually see a little bit of a pump because everybody that seems to exit so they can just have their mind off the markets and enjoy their weekend. It seems like a lot of people will pull their money out of the market. There he is. There
we go.
And then come our Sunday night, their Monday morning, they start putting their money back into the market because it almost always seems like there's a little bit of a pump, if not a big pump. And I woke up this morning and everything was looking good. Bitcoin was hitting all-time highs while I was watching Blockchain Basement and some of the other stuff that I watch on Monday mornings. And since then, not so much. It's been kind of interesting. So this is what I've been messing with today. I've been trying to figure out, wrapped ETH USDC is kind of my go-to pair. I'm like riding the line on the bottom side, about to go out of range there, Jeff. How's yours doing?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of rebalanced mine today, just a little bit higher because it was I'm looking at rebalancing to get a better APY, even if it's just for a short term, because I'm looking at different zones on Ethereum and kind of placing the bottom ranges and top range as like a stop loss, I guess, or where I would put a stop loss to kind of keep my zones. Since it's not super volatile right now, in the ranges that I'm looking at, I'm just kind of exploring if it could bring me a better APY. Because I noticed some of the longer positions that you stay in, it kind of drops a little more, but I'm still testing it out. But how have you been with the other? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, one thing that I did figure out after me, you, and Drew did that recording on Friday evening, that should be coming out here soon. Drew's getting it all dialed up. But one thing that I figured out, and I'm kind of ashamed to say I didn't know, was the difference. I knew the difference between APR and APY, but APR is basically like if I put my money into, like, this 10,797, if I put it in this pool
Mhm.
and I don't compound, I don't do anything, APR is what I would get.
The return.
APY, or annual percentage yield, is if I'm compounding.
Compounding. Okay.
So if I put it on auto compound, that's what I potentially could see, and that's why there's like the longer, if you look at actually, I think down here you can see it. Yeah, right here you can see that APR for the year is 616%, but APY is 45,111%.
Got it.
That's the
Now,
power of compounding.
how often do you need to compound though? Is it
So I have it on auto compound, and so like on this one, if you go to compound and auto compound, it will actually tell you. So once I've earned $10.19, that's what it's calculating with, taking into account fees and all those sorts of things, and what I can potentially earn. That's the optimal level where it's going to auto compound, and it's always recalculating. Like right now it's waiting.
mhm.
Estimated wait time 1 minute. So in another minute, it's going to recalculate. It might go up to $30. It might drop to $5. And then just whenever it hits, it will, in that smart contract, it will trigger and it will auto compound.
Nice.
So that's something I figured out. This one I actually decided to get into. The APR or APY isn't awesome, but I set a super wide range. For me is 14%, and it's an Arrow Coinbase wrapped BTC. So even if it goes out of range, I'm going to be all in, Arrow or all in Bitcoin, and I'm cool with holding either one of those.
Yeah.
It's not like a meme coin, a couple of meme coins where it's like, if it's going up or down, I'm going to end up all in on some obscure meme coin just because it has a high APY. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna lose your ass.
Yeah, that's one of my rules. I have a couple rules, and one of them is I don't enter any pool unless it is a pair of assets where I'm not comfortable long-term holding either one of them. So like ETH, USDC Arrow, Arrow Bitcoin. If I ended up holding, any of those long-term, I'd sleep well at night.
Yeah. Yeah, you want something that'll at least hold its value a lot more than the other. And that's why a lot of people, will take their profits from altcoins into Bitcoin at certain times of the market, cycle, because it will hold its value more than just holding it in that token, because altcoins will drop 80-90% versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin will drop 50% and everything else will be like 99% drop. So you
Oh
want,
no,
if
absolutely.
you
No,
don't want to keep it all in stables,
honestly, I'm going to be all in stables, about 80%, by probably
Mhm.
June, July. I'm just playing it safe. The market, bull market could go much longer. That's just what I've set for myself. Whatever I have is whatever I have. And if the market does drop, like it historically does, when I feel like hits the bottom or near the bottom, I'm going to start DCAing into Bitcoin, and in some of these,
Mhm.
and getting back into DeFi, and just kind of rinse and repeat, because I own no Bitcoin. I honestly, hindsight's 2020. I kind of wish I just would have gone all in on Bitcoin all through the bear market, with the way that it's gone up, and then taking out profits, putting it into ETH. ETH hasn't pumped yet, but it will. And then,
Yeah.
once ETH pumps, take it out and put it into, some mid cap, low cap, gyms, and like Ondo and Arrow and all those. But it's weird because they've already pumped, quite a bit, and ETH hasn't even pumped yet. So it seems like a lot of stuff. What are your it seems like a lot of the traditional market cycle is getting turned on its ear, but this is my first one. I mean, you've been in longer than I have. I mean, do you usually see these other coins pumping like they have before ETH?
I mean, everything kind of flows down, from Bitcoin, ETH into altcoins, but I think there's a lot of fatigue with the Ethereum network in general, and high fees. It's hard to move stuff around, and normal people can't just trade on Ethereum network. So that's why a lot of these layer twos are probably getting more love, especially Base, and there's other networks that are developing now that are Abstract. Abstract Network is launching their mainnet next month, and they're trying to incorporate. I forget what the technology is called, but it basically, you don't need a normal crypto wallet with the seed phrase and everything. It's tied to like not an email or something more secure, but it's easier to access, and you can transfer stuff around to different blockchains without needing all these steps. So they're making it ease of use, and that's frankly like what we need is cheaper fees, easier to use blockchains that are secure, and you don't have to worry about, like, Ethereum could be used as, what do they say, institutional DeFi, where institutions can use that network and pay those $1,000 fees, and
Yeah.
us
Well,
plebs can use the layer twos,
well,
and
when you're moving millions or billion, hundreds of millions or tens of millions of dollars, you don't care about, a couple $100 gas fee.
yeah,
That's why
yeah,
the institutions doesn't bother them to use ETH. But when you're like me, or you or me, where we got like $200 of this and $400 of that and $50 of that, you get this, basically dust, because it costs more to freaking move it than it's worth. So I got a bunch of $50 here and $70 there, in my wallet, because the way that the ETH mainnet gas fees work, it's
yeah.
I'd lose money by moving it.
So
It's terrible. I mean, that's why I'm so bullish on Base. Is
yeah,
just Base basically makes it to where you can own and move ETH assets with for a fraction of a cent, as opposed to 50, 60. I mean, when I was trying to move my Shiba around, the end of last bull market, at one point, before I figured out gas fees, I was spending a couple $100 every time I wanted to move it anywhere.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, during the bull bear market, it actually wasn't. There were some times where it wasn't too bad. More recently, I guess. The But man, when you get into the bull run and just a simple transaction, you're paying over $100. I remember paying gas fees in 2021 to mint NFTs, and it was like $300 or $400.
Yeah.
It was nasty.
So yeah, no, I was just chatting with Deadwood. He was saying that he owns more ETH than Arrow, and so I was telling him he was dead to me. But yeah, he was saying that he sheetrocked for his Arrow and Ondo. So I got to respect that. I got to respect that.
Hey,
But
hard work, man.
I'll be honest. Real quick, I want to. I mean, and please, I mean, don't buy these because I'm talking about them. I just for a second, real quick, I just want to talk about a couple of the tokens that I'm kind of bullish on. But of course, Aerodrome is growing at a crazy speed. It's like a second only to Uniswap right now. If like earlier today or yesterday, it overtook the number 2 spot, I do believe. And it's just insane because I mean, it was just the beginning of this year that it launched, and already, I mean, it's just capturing a huge, piece of the market share. Ondo, there's just nonstop good news, coming out about it. Where, BlackRock is already using it. Actually, let me. BlackRock is actually already using it to tokenize, I think, one of their ETFs. Let me pull up a message that I sent to my brother. Let's see. Trump, he dumped 250K into Ondo, and that was yesterday. And when that was reported, here it is. Let me share this. So yeah, if you're not following him, I actually got this from Jake. He just did a video on Ondo that I was just watching about an hour ago. But this guy is not telling you 73. If you're not fun, he puts out some good alpha. But basically, he's putting out that Ondo to decentralized finance, bonds and things like that are old school, boomer finance. And basically they're making those more liquid. So those of you listening that don't understand the gravity of this, tokenizing things like bonds and stocks and things and whatnot, if you haven't traded those before, it's a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. You can't do it on holidays. It's the traditional banking hours. Whereas if it's tokenized, it doesn't matter, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You can be sitting behind your computer buying and selling bonds and stocks and anything else that's tokenized. It greatly increases the liquidity of those assets.
And also, you'll probably be able to buy fractionalized stocks, as where now you have to buy like a whole share. That's why you have a lot of these stock splits where you had Amazon trading at $3,000, but then they cut it into a tenth. So you get 10 times the amount of shares as before, and they cut the price by a tenth. So and you could actually benefit from that because that'll allow more people to get in, even though it would cost 10 times as much for you to drive the price up. You're still gonna like bring more people in, and then over time, more investors, and it can really benefit you. Like with Tesla when they did their stock split.
It's a very common thing, and that's not the only thing that you could fractionalize. I mean, you can do fractionalize. I mean, anything. Real estate. You could do fractionalize. Like if you own a yacht or a jet, you could do fractionalized ownership, and people could buy and sell that ownership at any time. At any time, they can build it out on a smart contract. Whoever it is that's owns it and wants to do the fractionalized ownership and sell off parts of it, they can build out the smart contract to have any stipulations they want. So, like say it's a jet, and it's 4 people, 4 equal shares. They can say, these dates are blocked out. You're responsible for, 1/4 of the maintenance costs. If you default on that, XYZ happens, whatever, just like a regular legal contract. And
Mhm.
you can do that without necessarily needing, I mean, you would still want to consult a lawyer, but you could build that out, or you could have, pre-built contracts on the internet, and basically just, copy and paste it over. And so, lawyers could basically just have templates that they use, like people like my brother, he does stuff like that all the time
Yeah.
where they do wills and trusts. He has where he's done a really, really good one that it covers all the bases, checks all the boxes, takes into account, the kids and, the different legal aspects depending on where they live and, the different laws in that
Jeez.
area. And it's just, it'd be mind numbing if you had to redo that every single time. But if you could
Yeah.
just have a smart contract and Casper, this one that I'm like super bullish on, they
Mhm.
just released an AI where it actually will write the code for dApps or decentralized applications. You just tell it what you want and it writes it for you. So you don't even have to be a programmer anymore if you have a good idea, it, basically that Casper AI will write the dApp for you. So, I mean, technically, like the idea I was just talking about, I could go on there and say, I want to write a dApp
Mhm.
that will automatically write smart contracts for partial jet ownership in the Dallas Fort Worth area. And potentially, when it gets to a point to where it's that, able to process something that complex, I don't know, I haven't tried it yet, but it would just start writing code. And, I don't know if it'd be an hour or a day or whatever it takes. I would have a dApp that I could launch and earn money off of. So it's just, there's so much going on. I mean, in crypto right now, and we're just scratching the surface on the utility of this. And AI is going to be like steroids was to bodybuilding. It's just, I
Oh
mean, it's going
yeah.
to freaking
Oh
launch this
yeah.
into
When the AI agents, that you can build out like these AI agents to help you do all kinds of different tasks and processes. Um, I was actually talking to a buddy of mine who's used AI to make a program and a bot for receiving like shipping orders and stuff and sending out shipping orders and placing orders and having them send automatic labels. So it's a whole thing that he just made, got the code from AI. I forget what he used, if it was Chat GPT or something, but it's yeah, you don't, he knows how to code, but he just said it was so easy. It was so easy to do.
Oh, hold on. We got Brian Wild here in the chat. Was just
Yeah,
you
the
keep
degen.
going. He mentioned Axelar. That seems interesting, and
Oh,
I pulled it
Axelar.
up. I pulled it up on the year, and it kinda is looking like, well, nah, not a cup and handle. Sorry, I was thinking it was building out a cup and handle, but it needs to come up quite a bit more before it finishes that out. Keep going. Sorry, I got
Oh no,
distracted.
you're good.
Squirrel.
Um, yeah, so you don't have to be a coder to really know how to get like basic code and stuff for whatever you need. Um, and we're looking into making our a trading bot using
Okay.
AI. So I'm going to get with my brother, who is a software engineer and is kind of developing his own trading indicator. So I've been testing it out a little bit, and we're fine tuning it. But as we build it out, I'll talk about it a little more. But it's yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Axelar is an interesting one.
Yeah, I'm reading it. It sounds. I mean, and
It's been around a while.
What's that?
It's been around for a while.
Yeah, just I'm looking at it, and I'm not the 10-pound brain when it comes to crypto. I'm kind of slow, but um, yeah, looking at this, it sounds a lot like Chainlink and Quant and stuff like that for interoperability. Am I missing a key aspect? I mean, does this just do interoperability for
Yeah,
DApps?
connecting chains together and different projects, just almost like a layer zero type project. You can send messages to and from networks around different
Okay,
blockchain,
okay.
and they connect to the Cosmos ecosystem as well. So you can go to from Ethereum layer twos over to Cosmos, and it integrates.
Yeah, no, yeah, Deadwood. I couldn't agree more. You know, we've we've reached that fulcrum in crypto where institutional money is flooding in. I mean, and they can't spend money fast enough. They've been doing it in the shadows for a while. I was talking to somebody the other day that was kind of in the inner circles with Jamie Dimon, running in those circles, and they were saying that back when he was fudding the shit.
Lost them again. It's okay. They'll be back.
It wasn't any alarms, I guess, but yeah, big money's flooding in, and we can see it in the markets. Just the amount of manipulation. The entire crypto market is what, 3 trillion? Let me see where we're at right now.
Yeah, 3.63.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but it's a drop in the bucket with the amount of money globally that these people have to throw around. The assets they have under management.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I mean, I really think that, and this is just my humble opinion, I think that the normal 4-year cycle is going to start getting churned on its ear. I think that these dramatic swings between the bull and the bear are going to, get less and less. The volatility is going to get less and less as the overall market cap grows. And I think that a lot of these nothing tokens that don't have actual utility, just like with the dot coms, that are
Yeah.
just promises and, gas and smoke and mirrors, they're going to go away. VCs aren't going to invest in them. I think the days of just throwing, money at the wall on, whatever is being talked about on social media, over the next couple of years, I think those days are numbered.
Yeah, I often wonder about these projects that are just gonna go under, like the .com era, and all the money that they have turns to dust. And what what about all the extra leftover liquidity in all of these projects? Like a few $1,000s here, almost like these wallets that just have dust in there. That would there be a way to extract this value from all these wallets that are locked up? It's kind of an interesting take because you have the US dollar, which is kind of just printed, fake money. And these blockchains have these tokens of locked value. But what if they go under and you can't access those funds anymore? How much money are we going to have locked up that people have lost that is there, but nobody could ever access it? And also, what if all this crypto that has been lost can be recovered from like lost wallets and shit, one
See,
day?
I don't know if that's possible, because I mean that isn't that kind of the point of crypto and
Yeah.
blockchain and the encryption is that if you lose that seed phrase, you're just fucked. It's you know there's my brother is dealing with that right now, where
Mhm.
that Bitcoin that he you know doesn't he remembers buying, but he doesn't remember what he did with it. He doesn't remember if he sold it or if it's on a thumb drive or during our show, our Sunday show a week from yesterday. um, we were talking about being an expat and living in a foreign country and stuff like that, and he just like checked out and was going to town on his computer, and we realized what he was doing is that it dawned on him that he had bought like $2,000 worth of Bitcoin back in 2011 or 2012 or something like that. And and so it would have been worth like 15 million or something like that. So he was just like, holy crap, where's this at? But it's if you could do that, if you could just be like, oh, this is my wallet address, and didn't need the seed phrase,
Yeah.
it would kind of make crypto pointless.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. Like, even some of these chains where you still have some value that's locked in there, but you can't access it. Whether it's like a smart contract, not even a wallet with a seed phrase, but maybe a certain smart contract, because there was some AI bot that somebody talked it into sending them the crypto. And I don't know how, like, if you would be able to hack a smart contract using AI, but that would be an interesting take. I don't know. Do we have any hackers? Like,
Any hackers in the
here?
chat?
I don't. Yeah. I'm not much of a hacker myself, but
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
nowhere near being that savvy on computers.
oh man, so shameless plug in. So in high school, this is so funny. Uh, I dox my brother. So he's so fucking great because we were trying to get on my parents' computer in high school so we can fuck around and stuff, and they had a password on it. So my brother developed an app where it ran in the background and it would capture the keystrokes. So when
Oh, a key
we were able
logger.
to get on, and so we found out the password, and fucking my parents were like, "How did you guys get on the computer?" Like, because we're smart.
All right, well, let's take a look here. Looks like things. I'm taking a look at the market real quick. So we should probably, look at covering some of the projects that you said that you were
Yeah.
that were popping up on your radar. Let's start with that, and then we'll roll into the airdrops.
Yeah. Well, I think the first one I'll share. Let me see my screen.
Yeah, go ahead and share your screen.
So there are a couple of interesting ones. So the first is the Story Protocol, which is trying to tokenize intellectual property on the blockchain.
Okay.
So, and they use AI. So IP is the world's largest asset class and one that AI can't exist without. And they let you control your IP and earn wherever it's used.
That's actually I might need to look at that, because there was a company called IPWe that was doing this, not with AI, but they were building it on Casper, and then the company IPWe went bankrupt, and so like they were restructuring and they were doing some other things, but I did a bunch of research on it, and intellectual property and intellectual property theft is a huge issue. And so, yes, that as a use case would be huge. And if they're looping in AI on it, like in what way is AI going to, is it going to manage it, or what exactly is the AI aspect for?
I don't know exactly. They did have like this this kind of testnet campaign that ended where you earn badges with different projects where you would mint an NFT or create a song using AI. So you would have to put in the prompt. One project, I forget the name of it. You would put in the prompt, the name of the song and what kind of song and what style. And I made some country music song and it made it. And it was pretty good. It was actually pretty legit. And you mint a badge on there. So, and also minting an NFT, like this is all testnet, fake tokens and fake NFTs. So they're testing out their blockchain, and I think they're launching Q1 next year. So this is one that's going to be launching soon, and I think it's a little bit late to participate in any testnet stuff. But
Yeah,
it is something good to keep on the radar, because if you want to invest in it, you know, the token is coming out soon. And
what's it called? Story?
Yeah, and their office is here in the Bay Area in Palo Alto. So I've been meaning to make my way across the Bay to go over to the office and check them out.
What's the ticker?
Oh, they don't have one yet. Yeah, they're since they haven't launched their mainnet, it'll be sometime next quarter. So
damn it, I'm old. I won't remember.
Yeah. Oh no, that's why you got me. I got the.
All right. Remind me. When I make all my money here on this bull run, I'm going to be looking to diversify into some other projects. And, well, starting the new year, I'm going to start taking some profits on some of these DeFi plays. That I've been bankrolling and just compounding. I want to start peeling off when I see interesting projects like this. I want to start peeling off some of those profits and putting them into basically putting them in building bags of those projects to long-term hold. Because kind of what I've started doing is building out my DeFi liquidity positions in percentages. So I'm doing 20 to 25%, like ETH USDC. I want to have exposure to Bitcoin and Arrow. So that's why I did that Bitcoin Arrow one. So I did about 20% there. And then I put aside like 10 to 20% that I do in a little more volatile, but a higher, yield plays. And but just like a small portion. But yeah, and then I peel off, I harvest and claim that, and then that's what I use to either spend or I can lend it out to earn yield on that, and yield on yield on yield, use my yield to reinvest, to earn more yield, to reinvest, to earn more yield, and just
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's
when you learn it, it's like we piece it together.
Well, one of the big things that I really want to do a video on is what I was talking to you and Drew about earlier. Let me pull up the message. Just I want to make sure I get this right. So let's see. Yeah, so I was wanting to do a video on basically taking out loans on your bags, but doing it in a way to where you're only taking like 30, maybe 40% loan to value. So you're not leveraged, up to where, if you're taking 80% and we get a 30% dump, then you get liquidated and you're going to lose your bag. But if you're only taking 30%, it would have to be a full-on bear market. I mean, they would have to dump 70% before it reached a point to where you got liquidated. So if you had 10 grand in, like a certain asset, and that means you could take 3,000 a loan out for 3,000. You still own all that crypto. That crypto is all yours, that whole 10 grand, but you're taking a loan out against it for 3,000. You can take that 3,000 and use that to lend out or do whatever, and then as long as you're earning more in returns than the interest then basically you're making free, you're making building your bags for free. So it's just another way to grow your
Mhm.
bags, but it's a little bit more of a next level play. Kind of once you figure out providing liquidity or single asset lending, things like that are just super basic that you don't got to worry about in permanent loss and things like that. So anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, that impermanent loss is the like people are always so confused. Like, what do you mean? It's always this weird terminology
nebulous.
that throws people off. Yeah.
Well, the easiest way that I can explain, and it took me a while to understand it, is as each asset moves differently. So, like if you have, not so much, that's why I like USDC pairs so much. You only have one asset that's moving.
Hmm.
But say with my Arrow BTC, if Arrow is going down the same time that Bitcoin's going up, is then the pair, if you look at it like this, let me share this real quick, and then
Pull it up.
I'll give it back to you here in a second. So basically, this is that Bitcoin Arrow pair. If Arrow starts to dump and Bitcoin's taking off, you're going to see a violent move in this because that's what this is measuring is the difference in price relative to each other. It's not moving based off of just Bitcoin or just Arrow. It's their prices relative to each other. So if they're both
Mhm.
going up, this is going to stay flat. If they're both going down at the same time, in the same respect, then this is going to stay flat. It's only when they move opposite that this moves. So when it does that, it's selling off one and buying off the other. And it's doing it in a way that basically you're losing money. So, as this is moving down towards the bottom, your pool, your pool amount, like this one, this was up around $11,000 earlier today when it was in the middle. But now I've lost about 150 bucks because it's down towards the bottom. Now, the opposite is true. As this moves up towards the top, that 11,000 might become 12,000 plus what
Mhm.
I'm earning. Now, it's not it's you haven't locked in the loss unless it goes down and you actually get out of the position. That's when you lock in that impermanent loss. And that's what they talk about is you want to make sure that in the case that it goes down, that you're earning enough to offset those losses. And that's what
Mhm.
they talk about. I don't worry personally so much about impermanent loss, obviously as long as I'm making good returns because I don't look at the dollar amount necessarily. I look at how many tokens I have because I know there's a lot of price appreciation to come yet, in this
Yeah.
bull market. So I'm just looking to stack Arrow tokens because they're only $2 right now, and I can easily see Arrow conservatively going to $10, $15, personally.
Yeah.
I've heard some people, Drew has made a very compelling argument for 30, and he
That's.
based that on some solid logic. He looked at what was it, Uniswap, and what
Oh
Uniswap
yeah.
did, last bear market or bull market. And
Yep.
if you look,
Almost
Arrow,
identical.
yeah, and Arrow is moving hard right now. So, oh, hey, what up, KJM? All right, sorry, man. You can take
What
it back.
Oh no, you're good. That's it, and that's it's good to know um, the impermanent loss stuff and explaining it and showing people because not everyone is privy to that. Even if they do kind of understand DeFi, you want to make
I
sure
just
that you know what you're getting into.
I just like to clarify because I mean, we've done a couple of videos, on DeFi, and I'm still learning. I am not an
Hmm.
expert, um, you know, and if I put out bad information, I want to make sure that I correct it, and and if it's something that I haven't covered, I want to make sure that we cover it because, I want to make sure that people can get an education on this stuff, because the better educated are, the more successful they're going to be.
Hell yeah. Gotta
So, all
know.
right,
Knowing
what's
is half the battle. Yeah. So, IP, using basically smart contracts and AI. But yeah, this one, keep on your radar. Where's it at? They have the investors. Yeah, Polychain Capital, Endeavor Hash, A16Z Crypto, DAO5. So they have some backing. And I believe Q1. So let's see. Next one is really cool. It's actually, people should be familiar with. Sony is developing their blockchain, Sonium.
Okay.
So this is empowering individuals and communities to collaborate, create, and fill the world with emotion together. Basically, a creator-focused blockchain. Now, I don't know if they'll have a token or anything like that, but it's or what kind of rights you'll have, like intellectual property rights.
You're just being a crypto tease now. Like, this is like two assets you brought up, and like one's not launched yet, and the other one you don't know if it's ever going to launch. You're just playing with.
Well, no, it's launching, but I don't know if there will be a token, because some projects they might not want a token.
Well, look at Base. Base doesn't have a native token.
Yeah, and they've been hard on not having one, but some people say that they have dropped hints. So I don't know. I keep using Base.
Are you talking about Sonium or Base?
No, Base. Like they've said many times that they will not launch a token. They've been kind of hard on their stance, but
I think a lot of that was the regulatory environment here in the U.S., because that was a huge part of what was causing so many issues with like Kraken and a lot of these other Binance, and that's what they were using to go after a lot of these companies, was their native tokens. Because they were the SEC was looking at that as stocks. You're buying shares in the success of the company.
Yeah.
All right. So Sonium.
Yeah. So it is developed by the Sony. I don't know. Is Sony just themselves, right? Or the Sony group? Yeah.
So, I mean, does it say what they're going to use it for?
I guess just kind of a regular standard blockchain. And that's, I think this is where it gets kind of frustrating, because you have so many fucking layer 2s that every single company essentially will try and create their own blockchain to keep their IP rights, on their own chain. And if you have games that, you develop, like on the PlayStation, you have all these games on the PlayStation, you own skins, you own stuff in game that you can't normally sell. They own it. And that's where, a lot of these Web3 or these gaming developers are trying to find ways of incorporating how to exchange assets, in-game assets, in the real world. So,
that menu across the top is very telling. So you have interoperability, DeFi, NFT, wallet, social, gaming, and entertainment. Yeah. So, I mean, as far as entertainment, I mean, potentially, I would guess that could be, like you buy a movie or, something like that, it could be a token, an NFT. Gaming, like you were just talking about, guns or skins that you earn or you buy, it would be on their native chain. And so, I know that, that grid game, Off the Grid, was
Yeah.
built on Avalanche. So, and I know that launched on PlayStation and Xbox and PC. But so
Hmm.
yeah, no, I mean there was NFTs. They could
Yeah, this is one entertainment punka.me, something like art or stories that you can read,
yeah.
comics. So if you're an artist or into comics and you want to write comic books and stuff, you can put your stuff on chain here and earn rights for that.
Well, and again, you could do fractional ownership.
Fractional ownership.
You could also fund a project. So say that you want to that you want to film a movie, and you could do a short film or something like that. Put it online, do a smart contract to where people can basically crowd fund your project. I mean, you could do that with intellectual property too, where if you're working on some invention, people could basically like a VC fund your project for a fractional rights of the patent.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just spitballing, but I mean it shows the versatility of the technology, of smart contracts and blockchain, and the doors that it could open. I mean, just look at what some of these crowdfunding platforms, regular apps, Web3 apps or Web2 apps have done. You have people in third world countries that are starting businesses from microloans and things like that.
Yeah.
Imagine what this is going to do.
Yeah, where normally you wouldn't have a bank or any kind of government help out there. You're just kind of screwed.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's just basically there's going to reach a point to where we're only going to be limited by our imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And even then with AI, you can just ask AI for an idea. Be like, hey, I'm an idiot. Do you have an idea for me? And it will be like, yeah. Start this business.
Just stack idea on idea too. So this Xana right here, it looks like this next gen tech entertainment gathering in the metaverse. And this, so I just pulled up their Twitter. 7,000 posts since April 2021. 204,000. They're pretty active. They're few followers.
What's your honest opinion on the metaverse? Because honestly, to me, it seems super gimmicky.
Yeah, there's going to be a place for it just because of VR.
Eventually, yeah.
But yeah, it's just you gotta find what works and what doesn't and build it out, and just it's going to be painful and it's going to be gimmicky and clunky, like the NFTs and the profile pic NFTs. Mm-hmm. Those don't really have much application or utility, but these real world asset car loans, deeds, titles,
absolutely,
all that stuff can be NFTs, stocks, bonds, liquidity positions. Those are real use case utility NFTs. So, we kind of got to get away from, this flash in the pan, and go towards what we can actually use to better the space.
Well, I think as the metaverse technology and the graphics and the level that you can interact with it with VR and and AR, augmented reality and virtual reality, I think as those technologies get better and like AI and things like that, I definitely think that it's going to evolve into something worthwhile, like that Ready Player One movie. Because I mean that's basically what they were talking about. Is those of you that haven't seen that movie, it's basically where everybody's online gaming through VR headsets and stuff like that, and they can everything's cross game. So if you have a gun in one game, you can use it in another game or a skin, or you can buy and sell, and there's marketplaces that are in, the metaverse, to where you can buy and sell with other people. And it's just once it starts getting like that, I mean, it's going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like stuff like concerts. I actually attended a virtual concert that some EDM artist had last year, and it was pretty cool, just like being in there. But even if I can't be at the event, I love watching the live streams from the actual concert, not in virtual reality. If I can catch a stream from some festival somewhere that is live, I'd love that versus just being in VR, because it's cool, but I don't want to sit there with my fucking headset on and all that stuff. But
now I gotta ask you. So you're into concerts, obviously. Like, do being at a concert physically, you feel the energy of the room, and it's a whole experience. I mean, did you even get the inkling of that being in a virtual concert?
Not virtual. I mean, I'll get that even from watching like a live stream concert. I don't know. It depends. It depends.
Okay.
No,
I was just curious.
And no substance involved. So
that helps. That helps.
But no, yeah, just the virtual. It's a little weird. It just feels kind of funny. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, like my dad said, you get older, you're gonna say, well, these kids and their fancy things. But I'm not really about the headsets and the like sitting in VR like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, all right. Well, I'm sorry, I got you off track. I was curious.
No, this is cool, because I've done a few of these metaverses that are web based, but they're still really, really early on. Let's see what. Oh yeah.
I'm looking at Lingo KJam while he's talking about this.
Oh yeah, you want to pull that up?
No. Go ahead. I'm
kind
of digging into it. I'll bring it up here in a bit after you're done.
Okay, I'll move on. So now this actually started off as kind of a meme network, but it developed into something pretty crazy that has some pretty like multi-million-dollar backing. I forget how much the valuation is, but Hack VC, Polychain Capital, High Framework, BH Digital Assets, Barachain, and this is a tease too, because they still have their testnet going on, but they're launching in Q5.
All right. Well, so we'll need to name this the Crypto Tease early adopter portion of the show.
But this is so I gotta say how it started as a meme and turned into like a legitimate blockchain with swapping, staking, governance, all that. And they launched these NFTs on the Ethereum network, 2021, and called the Bong Bears, right? And so the floor price, there's only 107 of these things, and the floor price is 175 ETH, because there's only like 3 listed. But if you look at the activity, because they're supposed to be getting really fat allocations, and there hasn't really been many sold in the past year, but even then it was like 40-50 Ethereum for some of these. And It.
Like they better like give blowjobs or something like that for that kind of money.
Oh yeah. So where's it at? Yeah, I want to show the website. So here's the site, right? Berachain, an Ethereum virtual machine. So it's built using the Ethereum code. And I forget the name of the software development kit, but it uses proof of liquidity to secure the network. And it aligns network security and liquidity by validators rewarding liquidity providers. So you provide your liquidity to a validator node and you earn rewards for that. So kind of like what I've been doing with Dimension and Saga and Celestia in the Cosmos ecosystem by staking my tokens with a certain network validator, I earn a reward off of that liquidity that I provide. So this is essentially the same thing.
So there's actually a way to earn by owning these freaking poorly drawn bear NFTs.
Oh no, not the NFTs. Like you can provide once they launch. Yeah, Beacon Kit is the blockchain software development kit that they use. And I'm not a software developer, so if you guys know what Beacon Kit is, yeah, I'll kind of show you, right, the little ecosystem here. So you have the exchange, right, the BEX, Berachain Decentralized Exchange. Honey is their native stablecoin. Bend, the Bear Lend, where you supply and borrow assets, kind of like Aave. And you got the Burps, perpetual trading. So if you just like a crypto exchange where you trade futures and stuff. And BGT Station is the hub for governance. So the Bera governance token is BGT. And
this has a vibe similar to Sheeb. When Sheeb was a meme and there was nothing behind it, and it got so popular and it got such legs that the community started building out Bone, and they started building out Leash, and all those other they have their own swap, and they really
that's a good comparison.
Yeah,
I forgot they were building stuff out. Yeah, so I've been using their testnet, right, to swap tokens and stake them to earn rewards, like how we do with Arrow. We'll stake our tokens in a liquidity pool, earn Arrow, and in this case, you earn the BGT. So I put my wallet address in here, and I get testnet tokens that I can use over here. And this is the swap, the BEX, the Bera Exchange. And what I'm going to do is I'll walk you through this whole thing, because it's kind of like an aerodrome thing where you provide liquidity, but just in a testnet environment. And I can, send tokens to whatever wallet and not have to worry about it. So I'm going to swap half of this. So I got 15 Bera tokens, and I'll show you my liquidity position too. So I'll just do 7. Because I want to. Oh shit! Why isn't this working? Yeah, sometimes there we go. So that's the issue with test networks, is that you might incur errors and transactions that don't go through, and you just have to change the amount that you swap sometimes, or refresh, or log out, or disconnect and reconnect your wallet. So now that I've swapped, it's like swapping Ethereum for USDC. So Bera is the token that you pay gas fees with on the Berachain network. And Honey is the stable coin, kind of like USDC. And so we go to the liquidity pool. And when they load, you see you got the different pools here, total value locked, the fees generated, the volume, and the token pairs. And then also, see, you got the little percentage down here at the bottom, the pool. I forget what that is down here, like the percentage earned off the fees, 0.05%, 0.3. And I've been providing in this wrapped Bara honey pool, which seem to have been earning the best rewards. And I'll just put an equal amount in there. And in this case, you don't need to pick a range. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You just provide the liquidity and it adjusts everything appropriately. So I guess that's a good one less headache that you have to worry about. Or that's kind of like the automated market maker pools, right? Where you don't have to have, you don't have to pick a range. Yeah, and this is where you deposit your tokens.
Yeah.
So once you get the liquidity pool tokens, like you do an Aerodrome, you go to stake it, and here you deposit it. So yeah, this is kind of like an automated market maker where you don't need to pick the range and less headache. So let me deposit this. So you'll deposit it or stake it, as we would say on Aerodrome. And this is the little position I got right here. I'll deposit my tokens, and then I can claim my rewards right here. And this is essentially you're earning their governance token, which in the testnet phase is usually a good indicator on getting an airdrop from that project.
So, like anybody watching, right? Like, do any of you, do any of these, testnet plays, or like to get airdrops or to earn tokens early? Like, I'd be curious if anybody in chat, friggin'.
Yeah, it's a small niche, man.
No, it really is. I'm just curious. Is this something that a lot of our listeners are into?
Yeah, and if we're going to be diving into DeFi stuff, and we want people to have a good understanding, something like this where you get the tokens and you swap them and deposit them you're basically mimicking what you do on Aerodrome, but in an environment that uses fake money. And I've done many videos on this bear chain and how to get testnet tokens and stuff too. So you can just search that on my channel and find it. But it's good to learn this stuff, even if you're not testing it out, or you don't have. It's a
great way to practice using DeFi.
Yeah, practice.
And you're using testnet tokens, and so it's not real money. You're using fake money. So it's a really good way if you're kind of reluctant, like I was, to get into DeFi because you don't understand it, and you don't want to lose real money. This is a
swap
great
tokens
way,
and
to figure out how to swap, and to figure out how to provide liquidity, and to find out how to earn yield, and there's some of them that you can bridge. So learning how to bridge from one layer one, or one chain to another. I know that's something that boggled me for a long time. And it kind of bites me still whenever I'm looking at providing liquidity, because I'll look at some of the pairs, and I'll see like USDC.E, and I'll see CB USDC, and all these things, and I'm like, is that a meme coin? Is that like a new meme coin you're trying to scam me with, or is it an actual? What is it? And so I'll have to go to CoinMarketCap and type it in, and it's like, oh, okay, no, this is USDC on AVAX, because or USDT on AVAX, and it's because it's USDT is on Ethereum. It has to be bridged, and so there has to be a version of it so it can exist on AVAX, or on these different chains. And so like I said, it took me a while to wrap my head around it.
That's why they have the wrapped Bitcoin and wrapped Ethereum, because you don't have Bitcoin on the Ethereum network or ETH on some other networks, and you have to have a synthetic version that's wrapped essentially, and that's how they kind of get around it.
K-Jam is vibrating in his seat. He wants us to look at lingocoin.io.
Yeah,
I'll
you got that
do
one
it.
pulled up?
I'm pulling it up right now. I just, K-Jam, he's such a good dude. He's always on top of things and always helping us out with the channel. So,
Oh yeah.
all right, here we go.
Anything anybody has, man, we'll check it out.
Oh, absolutely.
All
right.
Stop share.
It's loading. It's loading. Explore Lingo. You better not. This is gonna fucking attach to my wallet and like steal all my crypto from K-Jam. All right. World's most rewarding token. The first RWA powered.
Oh, you got audio coming in the browser, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can hear the audio.
Yeah, I think it's from that tab.
Yeah. It's soothing. Oh, look, airdrop.
It's soothing. Yeah.
Airdrop.
Oh, airdrop.
Airdrop.
Can you catch it?
Let me try.
Catch the air.
All right. So you can.
Wait, Lingo, did they just launch?
Start earning. You can stake Lingo, generate power miles, earn rewards. All right. I see Aether. That's what this is, and I love that project. It's a DePIN play for decentralized fiscal infrastructure. Much like drawing a blank.
Dude, the Aether.
Well, Aether is what's that one?
That's
it's been around for a while.
I don't remember.
I'm drawing a blank, but anyway.
That Ether node that I have is actually stuck in the wallet that I got hacked earlier this year. It's in that wallet, and it doesn't unlock until 1 year. Oh shit! This thing zoomed out on me.
I can get rid of this sound.
I don't know how to zoom out. I got this camera, this new camera that's like. All
right, let me take the audio off. All right, there we go. All right.
Yeah, so this Ether node is stuck in my wallet, and it doesn't unlock or turn into an NFT until after the 1 year mark, which is next summer, I think. And so I gotta kind of find a way to get it out before that asshole does.
All right, so check this out. So the way this works is you stake your Lingo, you generate power miles to earn rewards. So you obviously you buy Lingo, you stake it, and the rewards, it says that it offers benefits in the Lingo ecosystem, including guaranteed prizes. So it's like vacations, MacBooks, iPhones, cars, Rolexes, access to daily prize raffles, airdrops, rewards from partner projects. I'll be honest. I'm not saying that this is, it isn't something that, definitely there's people out there, and, Jeff, you're probably one of them that this might interest. I'm old, and I don't like chasing. I don't like, buy Lingo, stake it, to get another token, to generate these miles, to get, prizes. It's like I want to earn money. I'll buy my own.
Yeah.
That's the way my mind works. I'm definitely not flooding the project. I mean, this definitely there's a market for it. There's people, younger people that I'm sure would jump all over this. And I do like, airdrops. If I can get an airdrop from Aether, I would be all about that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it just depends on your flavor, man. What's your
yeah,
what's your
absolutely.
interest, what's your strategy? And like the gaming in places like the Philippines where the dollar goes far, you can play these Web3 games that over here you make pennies, but there you're making a living. And just depends, yeah, your environment, your area, whether or not uh, it'll benefit you to participate in that. Yeah, especially with it's just earning prizes. I mean, you're kind of like playing Dave and Buster's now.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I had to close that website. That nebulous music in the background was like driving me crazy. Um, but yeah, like I said, I mean, it's definitely not fun. There's definitely a market for that, and it's a really
Mhm.
cool way. It looks like you had to stake at least $500 worth of lingo for 6 months to a year before you could start earning. Um, I don't know if
Mm.
I want to be tying up, like at this point in the bull market. 500 bucks isn't a lot, but they would have to really, detail more about like things like, good solid assets like Aether. If they're
Yeah.
airdropping something or they're giving rewards of some kind of, Aether token or something, I want to know. It's like if I got
Mhm.
$500 staked, how much Aether am I getting? It's like I don't just want this nebulous. You might get a Rolex or you might get.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm old. It's by all means, please don't go by what I say. It's
Yeah, I think
but
with the node that I have, I earn like 30 to 40 ATH a day. So I mean, not even, it's like maybe $2, but that's
I mean, but
stacking.
that
And then when it
when
when
it
it gets to
pumps,
be yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing is that's the thing about crypto. It's like Bitcoin. Back when it was a couple of bucks, everyone was laughing at it. Nobody took it seriously, whatever. But those people had conviction. The people that were buying and sticking it on a thumb drive, back before you had hot wallets and cold storage wallets and all that. People were using paper ledgers and thumb drives to store their private keys, and they had conviction. They saw what was coming. When those of us like myself, like we were talking about lingo, I laughed at Bitcoin when my buddy was telling me, hey, let's each buy a Bitcoin for $100, and I was like, dude, you're a dork. That's for people that are living in their mom's basement, that trade Pokemon cards. And I wasn't lying. That's the people that were doing it at the time, but they were the ones
Hmm.
that saw you know what Bitcoin really was. I was like, oh, it's digital money that people can use to trade and buy and stuff like that. I didn't see the writing on the wall. It's so yeah, like lingo. It might it might do something awesome, but so yeah, don't listen to me. So let's
Yeah.
take a look. What do you got? What do you got for airdrops, brother?
Uh, I got a big one that's it's pretty. It's kind of bittersweet for me because I don't know if I'll be able to get this. So, do you know the Pudgy Penguins NFT
Yes,
project?
that
So they're
Hannah.
launching the.
Well,
Oh,
Hannah,
did
that
you?
was on the blockchain basement. Before she got a boyfriend and like broke the hearts of all the guys that
Yeah.
were simping on her on the channel. Um, but she brought that up at like the very beginning, like when you could
Ah,
get hold of a pudgy penguin, and it was before they came out with the actual stuffed animals that you could get at
yeah.
Walmart, and the like the penguins or Yeah, baby
The little
penguins.
pudgies.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he was early, and those things, like I don't know if you can pull it up, but yeah, pudgy
Um,
penguins are going for a mint now.
yeah, let me pull up the OpenSea because they are uh yeah, you'll just have to wait, where are they at pudgy? I had a little pudgy penguin that got snatched from my wallet, and
That sucks,
I
dude.
was I was so pissed because now I don't know I have a soulbound token, but I don't know what the chances of me getting that airdrop out because I got to do it quick. Like when this token launches, I have to be, and that's one thing I've had to do. Like with the Aether airdrop
Yeah.
I got from having the node, I had to get up at like 3 a.m. because I needed to be up when the claim window opened. I claimed it and transferred it to my other wallet. So trying
Oh,
to,
because it went to that compromised wallet.
yeah. So uh, I'll have to be up early when this launches, but the floor price is 33 Ethereum.
Hey,
For
I'll
the
tell you, Deadwood was talking about some really cool tools that he uses to ensure like the safety of before he connects his wallet to anything,
Mhm.
and a couple of other things. I don't know if Deadwood. I don't know if you're still watching, but yeah, I've started looking into the tools that he shared, and I might start using them. I just want to do my due diligence and make sure that they're not themselves malicious. But yeah, like
Yeah,
like it's super.
here,
Yeah, Wallet Guard is one of them.
Wallet Guard, um, Pocket Universe is another. Yeah, Pocket Universe. Um, Also, this is a great one, Revoke.cash. And Revoke.cash, so there have been a number of exploits on DeFi protocols over the years. And you can come here and go to this tab, exploits, and it'll show you what got hacked, when it happened, how much, the affected chains, and you can check your wallet and see if it was affected or if you have any contracts that are still approved. And you put my address in here and you can check, see if you have anything, view all approvals. You can see nothing is
Oh,
approved
nice.
so you can just come here and switch to any chain. Oh, it's not connected. That's why. Yeah. If you connect, you can check your contract approvals on pretty much any chain, even test nets. They have test nets on here that you can check. But see all these token approval or token contract approvals that I have, shows you the amount that it was approved for, the value that's at risk, the contract that you're interacting with, and the date. So you can switch.
Yeah.
And I think they have a batch revoke now on here, and not just that, but signatures. Certain contract signatures. That it's good to know these tools and stuff so you can see. Because
Yeah,
it's funny, Li-Fi. I used Li-Fi the day before it got hacked, and it's basically like an exchange, a bridge exchange, cross-chain bridge, and I disconnected, and everything, and then I found out later. It's like, oh shit, they got hacked, and I came here and checked, made sure that I checked on all these different networks that my wallet wasn't affected, and yeah, these are invaluable, man. Because like I said, I had bought a little pudgy. I bought a little pudgy at 2 Ethereum over the summer, after or before the summer, from an airdrop that I got earlier in the year, and I did it because Layer Zero, um, which launched their token over the summer, was a big partner with the Pudgy Penguins, and they did some collaborations together. So I wanted to get a little penguin, and then it was gone, man, and I was so sad because now I got it for like 2 Ethereum, and it was I got one that was the top 1,500. It was ranked in the top 1,500. So in cases like this, I'll look for, if you're looking for a way to get good value from an NFT, look at the rarity charts. I can't remember where you find them, but there's some sites that have the rarity of these NFTs. And if you can find,
I want that Hawaiian pudgy with the afro
yeah,
and the hair pick. That's the pudgy I want.
that's the pudgy. Yeah, so you can find good deals on rare or high ranked penguins, because some people don't care. They're just like, oh, I'll just fucking put it up for floor price. I made my profit. And I found one that was ranked pretty high compared to the other ones. So you just never know what kind of gold you might find. But yeah, now that they're launching their token, it's getting to be pretty pricey for a lot of people.
I'm trying to think of where Deadwood sent me those applications. One of them was definitely Wallet Guard.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was in the chat earlier, but I think that he might have had the jet. Let's see.
Yeah, and this and with this claim, this airdrop. So usually, some projects will drop their token on different networks, Ethereum-based networks, and I've noticed there's been a handful of projects this year that launched on Ethereum network, and when a project launches their token on Ethereum, on any network, you're going to get so many people trying to access it and claim, and it's going to drive the gas prices up. And so usually Ethereum's just fucked. So other projects like Pudgies, they're allowing you to connect a Solana wallet and claim on Solana, where the gas fees are cheaper, and it's kind of cool because if you have, like in my case, a compromised wallet, I can claim with another wallet and try and get that claimed before that person. Because ZK Sync, when I got my ZK Sync airdrop, which was ZK Sync's it was at 12 cents when I got it, and it was like 12,000 tokens, and it was a few $1,000. And as soon as I claimed, it was within a minute, those tokens were gone, because that fucker like either had a bot ready or something to transact, because I did it super fast.
Oh yeah.
And it was it was frustrating. But there's other times I've been able to transfer it out real quick.
That's what I'm kind of worried about. That magic internet money that showed up in my wallet, that lock on Aerodrome. That's something that kind of worries me about. That is, because I obviously don't have like a super in-depth knowledge about NFTs and stuff like that. But knowing that that's an NFT, I'm wondering that being in my wallet, if somehow that can be used to exploit my wallet. I don't know. Well, because
only if you've interacted with it. Only if you've interacted with it. Because
I did, because I locked it.
Yeah, some contracts, if you interact with it, it will only do that specific amount or for whatever is in that transaction and not your whole wallet. Because I've interacted with like a malicious thing that
fine.
took like some USDC from my wallet, and that was it. It was just targeting that specific thing. But in this case,
so
you would have to look at the blockchain explorer to.
I might need your help with that, because I wouldn't mind digging into that, because I just find it weird that just I magically got this freaking substantial amount.
Yeah, looking at your blockchain history would be good. Because when do you know the exact date when that was?
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely look at that, but yeah, here, let me bring it up real quick, because it's something that I think is important while we're on this topic.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can find out where that came from.
Well, I did some exploring, and it came from an address that sent out. It looked like it was almost like paying dividends, like it was the person. Well, here, I'll show you. So let me share my screen. So yeah, it's this one right here. It's this lock. It's worth like $5,400 now, and the only thing I did with it is I dropped it into here so that it would start earning. So it gave me the option to combine it, but I didn't do that. I didn't want to, just in case it was something malicious, I didn't want to, mix it with my funds, or if it was a mistake, and there was some way that they could pull it back, if they didn't mean to send it to me. I didn't want to, screw somebody. But what I did is I went into my, here, I'll bring up my Coinbase wallet real quick. And go back in the trend, or go into the NFTs.
Yeah. Might have to send me that transaction. If you can find out what that transaction ID is for that, pull it up on Basescan.
Yeah, and I did that, and I looked at, like, the address that sent it to me, and all kinds of stuff, and so let me see. It was, and I've done so many freaking transactions. Oh, here we go. Let's search. What was that? Oh, never mind. Oh, here we go. I'll have to look it up and see about.
Yeah, that would be a good one to find out
Dig
what the hell happened. Yeah, because you want to be safe. If that's a malicious thing or something that is sketchy, take whatever funds you have and transfer it to a new wallet. Just, if we do verify it as something weird, but
yeah, because like I said, it's locked, and it's a 4-year lock. So it's like it can't, the funds can't be pulled out, that arrow can't be pulled out of there by me or by anybody for 4 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll have to I'll see if I can find that. If you want to keep chatting, maybe here live we can give some people, in case anybody runs into this. I've searched a bunch of chat groups and stuff like that to see if it happened to anybody else, and I didn't see anything.
Man, that's weird. It's got to be. Are you sure you didn't accidentally drunk deposit?
No, no, yeah, I mean, I definitely would remember that. Let's see. I mean, you can go ahead and keep going with the airdrops. I'll dig a little bit and see what I can find.
Oh no, I was gonna say one more thing on the little pudgy penguin thing is that I just saw this from the guy who took over the project. So Pudgy Toys, you'll be able to claim Pengu tokens, their penguin token. So toy buyers will be able to claim a token airdrop. How crazy is that?
No, that is.
So physical real world assets right there. You buy at Walmart, what they're on sale at Walmart, right? And some retailers, and yeah, that's just crazy. I see their little animated stuff on Instagram all the time. They have, they're putting ads out, or not ads, but they're pumping their socials in different areas. I like this dude. I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's like an obvious scam, like I get NFTs in my wallet all the time, and they're like, "Oh, we're giving away $50,000 dollars for free," or 50,000 dollars of Ethereum. Just go to the site and connect your wallet. It's like, yeah, no. It's like I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night.
Yeah, this is. I brought this up earlier. This abstract chain that is launching their mainnet next month, I believe, and this is trying to create a global wallet where you don't have to go through all this hassle of setting up these contract approvals and different wallets to go through different chains. And I shared a thread that somebody posted the other day that was a really good breakdown. I don't know. I'll have to find it and share. I don't think it was on here. Oh yeah, and check out my Twitter. Trying to get my followers up.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's see.
Oh, look at us.
What's that?
We're about to be streaming and streaming and streaming.
Stream inside of stream inside of stream. There you go. Just like into oblivion.
Oh man. I see you got let me.
Let's see.
Nice. I took a short last night, and it kind of peaked back up, but then back down. Yeah, Bitcoin looking a little. Oh yeah. So real quick on this little indicator that my brother's been working on. He's got a little bar down here that shows it uses like the CVI and some other data, a bunch of different data, like different divergences and stuff, and it'll kind of show like bullish movement, shorts covering, or short squeeze imminent, and all these different things. And in lower time frames, it kind of changes: bullish reversal, short squeeze. So I'm kind of testing out these different time frames and seeing how accurate they are.
Yeah.
But it's really helpful because if you don't necessarily know how to read the divergences with the bullish and bearish, and you can kind of get a indicator that uses not just the MACD and RSI, but a host of other data points as well that he's trying to combine and really fine tune, so you can get a much more wider, clear picture of the movement.
Gotcha.
But I've been really liking this because I like the visual stuff. That's like, I can read the charts, but you could pick a chart apart all day with lines and stuff. But if you can actually use the raw data, it can help.
I just know the
shit
basics.
ton.
Yeah, I just know the basics. I'm not a huge technical analysis guy.
And that's why I love the Market Cipher, or what Fu Manchu is, because you can see the divergences. It's like a free version. But learning certain things, it can get kind of tricky, but there's some time frames that are much more reliable than others, and I'll use those because I've been pretty consistent with it. Just but yeah, you got to find your flavor, find what works best, and stick with it.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, I toyed around with trying to trade and do the technical analysis, and I made a little bit of money, but I lost more than I won, so I decided to go with DeFi. But
Hey.
I'll have to keep digging for this, but
that's all I really had, man.
Yeah, that's all I got. I mean, I think that I don't want to belabor the point. So yeah, it's I think we touched on everything we were wanting to touch on as far as like an update on DeFi and some of those new tokens that that you tease us with
Teasing.
because we can't get
a little tease.
Yeah, don't be a tease. So yeah. Let me do some digging, because I wouldn't mind some help. You're a lot more knowledgeable about this stuff. I wouldn't mind you taking a look at it and seeing if it passes the sniff test, or if you think it's malicious or not. Because if it's malicious, I think I might have to make a new wallet.
Yeah, hopefully it's not. Because if it was, I think your funds would be gone by now.
Probably.
But
I mean, and I haven't seen anything. I've been keeping a close eye, and I haven't seen anything. And yeah, like I said, when I received it, it was already in a lock for 4 years. And so, there's nothing that I can, and the only thing I did with it is I put it into that, manager, that automated, so it votes for me every week, so that I could earn the yield, so that's the only thing I did with it.
And it doesn't show that, and that's in Aerodrome, not VFAD. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's an Aerodrome.
It wouldn't be like a glitch pool. So yeah, you received it as the NFT lock, correct?
Yeah. It was already
wasn't
locked.
already okay. Man, I wonder if somebody accidentally sent you a lock, but that's a hell of a goof to get a contract.
Yeah. Well, whenever I did track it, because I dug into it, and I went and I followed it on the, I went on, the scan, Etherscan or whatever, and I traced it back to the origin, and there was probably, I want to say it was about 14 or 15 that whoever it was sent out to different people, and so it kind of looked like that maybe it was like the pool that I'm in, that does the voting for us. I'm wondering if it was some sort of dividend from them.
That'd be a hell of a dividend, man.
I know. That's like I said. That's what's got me nervous. Is that, I mean, it's quite the chunk of change. So, all right, man. Well,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and cut it, and then like I said, if I find something, I'll send it to you here in a minute.
Yeah. Shoot me any details you got, and I'll start digging myself.
All right, I appreciate it, brother.
But yeah, everyone out there, appreciate y'all.
Anybody that's
KJ and
still
Deadwood.
watching, appreciate you.
Mike,
We'll talk to y'all
that's you,
soon.
Mike. Brian, peace out.
All right, take care.